Now, I've always thought that the Omega is a good car which has sort of been a bit underrated by a lot of people, a good quality executive car.
Certainly to drive one is to love one. They're extremely well put together, they have extremely good build quality. I think the problem Vauxhall have got is they're a mass market car. They are vehicles for the masses, and so therefore, because there's a lot of them around, they don't tend to be as desirable as, say, the Volvo or the BMW.
Now that it's lost 50% in 6 months or 12 months of its life, how is it going to start depreciating now in the years to come? It's obviously lost a huge chunk already.
It's lost a huge chunk in the first 12 months of its life, but over the years to come, obviously, it will still continue to lose money, because the older the vehicle gets, the more mileage it does, attracts a younger audience, and because insurance is a major factor in today's marketplace, it tends to reduce the residual values.
And what about problems? Has the car come across any major problems over its life?
When they first came out, I believe they had electronic problems, but which car hasn't when it first was launched? Usually sorted out very quickly under the manufacturer's warranty. They launched a longer warranty with the Omega to stabilise the market, to boost confidence in buying one, and they've got their act together over the years. Very, very few problems with them indeed.
There's nothing that Vauxhall or anybody else can do to stop the Omega losing so much money. The cheapest Omega, when new, costs £20,000, going up to £32,000 for the top-of-the-range Elite. Look around as we did and you'll see bargains galore. The 2-litre GLS may only have a 4-cylinder engine, but it's well equipped, and an example with as little as 10,000 miles on the clock can cost as little as £10,000 on a W-plate. If that's still too much, go for the early Omegas. They were introduced on an M plate, and £5,000 could get you a 3-litre Elite with 80,000 miles on the clock. How cheap can these cars get?
There's no doubt in my mind that the Vauxhall Omega is an executive car that can compete with the very best. We're talking about the likes of BMW, Mercedes and Audi, for instance. And it's a car which, if it had a different badge on the front instead of the familiar Vauxhall Griffin, would certainly appeal in terms of snob value to those sort of people who buy executive cars like this. It has a lot going for it. It's a rear-wheel drive car, it's spacious, it's roomy, it's good to drive, it's comfortable along long distances, and you get a great choice of engines to choose from. Now, we reckon that the pick of the Omega range is probably the 2.5 V6. It gives you plenty of power without being too underpowered, which is what some people would say about the 2-litre engine, and it's not as expensive to run as the 3-litre either. The facelift back in 1999 was very successful for Vauxhall. They spent £100 million on it and tinkered about with over half of the components in the Omega, and it certainly seemed to work, and it's extended the car's life out for another 2 to 3 years. There is a new Omega due in about 2002.